Okay, so you actually came from London all the way here to Munich for this podcast, basically, and your own work. Thank you so much, first of all, for that. Yeah, man. But before we start all that, who are you actually? So what is it that you do, and how was actually the flight?
My name is Ben. I am from a small town called Worthing in the south of England. I am an entrepreneur. I'm in social media. I've been doing social media for maybe like 3 to 4 years. And I saw Moritz's message and saw your message, and I was like, bro, why not? Just like take the risk. Like, I'm just gonna lose £250 on a flight, and the flight wasn't too bad. And then yeah, man, that's me.
Damn, quite expensive, anyways. But yeah, it's not the first time you got any risk or went to any risk. You went on a gap year, actually.
Yeah, I did a gap year 2 years ago. I didn't do very well in college, and so kind of my only option was to literally just like do something different. Like, I failed school. I got maybe one GCSE. A GCSE is basically like your grades. I got one good grade and the rest of them I failed.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like, I need to either go down the construction route, which my dad wanted me to do, or go down the route of being a personal trainer in fitness. And as much as I like fitness, I just didn't want to work for someone else, especially for a gym. Just wouldn't give me like the freedom that I wanted. And so took the gap year, traveled, and I guess I saw the world before I chose what I wanted to do. I explored the world. I saw what I really wanted to do and found that I have to be like an entrepreneur. I have to do something for myself and not for someone else, because that's where like the freedom comes, I guess.
That is so interesting, because most of the people, they're choosing the other way around. First, they choose what they want to do, and then they explore the world every single year for only 30 days. And yeah, you did it for a whole year, and you did jump completely out of your comfort zone. How did that feel?
I mean, the main thing was my parents. So I was working a lifeguarding job when I was 18. And I was just about to turn 19, and I saw some TikToks of travel edits. They just looked so cool. They were living the life that I wanted to live. And I just thought, like, I'm just going to book it. So I gave my work as a lifeguard the notice that I was going to leave in 1 month. And I booked my flight, booked my accommodation, my hostel, and I didn't tell my parents, because I actually told my mum as a joke to see how she would react. Like,
Really?
2 days after I booked the ticket, just to see how she would react. And if she reacted badly, then I was just like, I'm going to wait until a bit later to tell her. So I told her as a joke, and she was she was so pissed. And so I was like, let me just wait.
Yeah.
Let me just wait. So I was learning as much about social media. I kind of already did it like off and on social media, clothing brands, etc. And at this point, I handed in my notice. Last day of my work, I told my mum, I said, I'm flying to Barcelona tomorrow. And Barcelona was my first like proper solo trip. I went to Barcelona before for a solo trip, but it was only for a week. I loved it. I fell in love with it. Beautiful city. And yeah, I went there for 2 months, never looked back, lived alone, paid my own food, lost money lots of times, made money lots of times. And I feel like when you're like 18, 19 years old and you go to those places, you just need to like, you're forced to figure it out, especially when you run out of money. You need to eat food, you need to have somewhere to sleep. And I was playing football at the time, so I was trying to pay money to play football games, and so the incentive to make money was really there, and that's why I did end up making money. I was doing social media coaching because I had a skill set of social media coaching, and so yeah.
So just let me get this straight. You waited until 24 hours before you took your gap year to tell your mom in real.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no way after the reaction she had, there was no way after that reaction she had, I could ever just like tell her a month before. I had to prove what I was doing and what I was going to do in Barcelona was actually going to work.
Yeah.
And so I gave myself a month. I made some money online. I was like, right, like, I'll show you, like, I can make some money online. Just chill. I got it. And I guess here I am now after like 5 or 6 countries solo traveled. So yeah, that was the start.
Crazy. Man, it sounds like out of a movie, really. But as you said, you lost money, you made money. You also always had this incentive to make this money. But what was the worst thing that happened in this whole gap year? Was there any moment where you really were down in a dark place?
There was one night. So I was in Barcelona. It was probably the toughest night. There's a few times where I've been in really like sticky situations, really like bad situations. This point I had, I believe 40p in my bank account, literally nothing.
Okay.
And so, because initially I went to Barcelona with £800, so I was never actually like set. I was always going to run out of money. It was inevitable.
Yeah.
But I just had to like deal with it. And so, I checked my bank account. I had accommodation. I had a room booked for like the next 2 weeks, but I had no money to buy food, no money to play football, to get coffee because I needed to work. I need coffee.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I gonna do? Anyway, so I met this guy called Kevin. I'd been speaking to Kevin like on and off on Discord. You know Discord?
Yeah.
For like a year. He's from America, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to Barcelona." He came to Barcelona the day that I ran out of money, like the day I had no money. And there was also this guy called Mario who had saw my TikToks, which I was making at the time. And he did social media as well. So me, Mario, and Kevin, we all met. It was all our first time meeting. We all met together at this coffee shop. We were working, and I said, Kevin, I need to make money now. Kevin was making at the time maybe $10,000-$12,000 a month. So he was doing well at the time, and it was a lot better than me. And he was doing like the same thing, like social media management, social media coaching. And so I was like, how can I make money right now? These are my skill sets. I have skill sets of social media, video editing. Like, what can I do to make money? I know how to get views, followers, etc., but not money. He's like, message every single one of your followers. Like, message everyone you know who's interested in starting like social media, starting a personal brand, whatever. Mm-hmm. Message every single one of them and see if any of them can get on a call tonight. So we're at the Starbucks in Barcelona. The Starbucks they shut at like 11 p.m. And then we go to dinner, and Kevin buys me a steak, and he's like, right, here's what you're gonna do, this, and this. Get everyone on the call, you know, come up with a plan, give as much free value on the call as you can, and then at the end, see if anyone would like to get into like one-to-one coaching. So I think maybe 5 people turned up on the call. 5 people turned up on the call. Nothing. But they were all promising leads. Like they all had their cameras on. They were all interactive. So I was like, all right, maybe there's a potential. So I'm in this Starbucks on this call. Mario and Kevin are like right in front of me. They're just doing their own thing on their laptop. And I'm on this call on some like £400 laptop. And I'm like, right, please. So I got on this call, and I give as much free value as possible. People are asking questions. I'm answering them. At the end of the call, I'm like, I've just opened up one-to-one coaching. It's going to be cheaper than it's ever been before, just because you're going to be my first clients. Does anyone want to do it for the first month for 250 euros? That's it. Like, it wasn't a lot for coaching at the time. 2 people out of the 4 people on the call said, yeah, I'm interested. After the call, I get £400 paid. Like, they pay me £400. I'm like, okay, I've just made £400, and it goes into my bank account straight away. So I now have money for food, accommodation, and I actually have like a strategy. I'm like, okay, I have a skill set. Let's just monetize it. And that just shows when you're in that moment of like ride or die, like you need to make money or you're going to go hungry for the night. It's just like you will perform. That's why I say, if you just get an apartment, for example, like if you wanted to move to like London, for example, if you get an apartment and you have £1,000 in your bank account and you spend £700 on the rent and you've only got £300 left, you will make money for that next month. It's inevitable just because of the pressure. Like the pressure will literally force you to make money. So yeah, that's like the story.
Damn, that's an interesting mindset. And 40p to £400 in one night is a crazy story, man. So that's basically maybe the best thing that happened in a whole year, right?
There was a few. There was a few moments where like I had to go from 0 to like something.
So it happened a few more times, and that's how I just learned to adapt.
Yeah, I remember I was in Thailand. I was on Koh Phi Phi Island, which is it's a small island in the south.
Yeah,
and I literally, I think I had 1,200 baht, which is like maybe 20-30 pounds, and I had accommodation. I had a hotel booked in Bangkok where I wanted to stay for the next month. So I had accommodation for 2 weeks in Bangkok, but I was still on this island, and I had 1,400 or like 1,200 cash and 0 in my bank account, like nothing. So I was like, how can I get to Bangkok for that? So I go up to this guy at the boat stand on this random island. This guy's like, it costs 1,500 to get there. Like, you got to get a boat to the mainland, and then you got to get a 14-hour coach, 14-hour bus to get to Bangkok. And once I'm in Bangkok, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Once I'm in Bangkok, I'm fine. I have accommodation. It's fine. And then I'll just like sign a client.
Yeah.
But it was like, how do I get to Bangkok? So I was like, I don't know what to do. The manager comes of the boat guy, and he's like, we can do it maybe 1,400. And I was like, oh, I've only got 1,200. And he was thinking about it, and he was actually gay. So he was like flirting with me.
No.
And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I need this boat trip. So I was like, I was letting him flirt, and I wasn't like doing the same thing to him. I wasn't like reciprocating any energy.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't flirting with him, but I was just like letting him flirt. After a bit of flirting with him, sounds crazy, he let me off for 1,200. He let me for 1,200, gave me a bottle of water, and then and I was so thankful. So I got the boat, got the coach, got to Bangkok, got in my apartment, and then I go to my apartment, and because I bought it on Airbnb, the place, Airbnb is illegal in Thailand. I did not know. So I go to this apartment, I'm in the reception, and they're literally telling me, we can't do this, like it's illegal. They have my key. Like I can see my key behind the desk. They have it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm like, please, like I paid this money. I'm showing them my receipt. I was there, I kid you not, from 4 a.m. till 11 a.m. waiting for like the manager to come in, because the manager came in at like 11. So I was waiting in this hot reception, 40 degrees Celsius, boiling hot, for this manager to come in. And then the manager won't let me. And then after an hour of like begging, she gives me the keys. And she was like, your Airbnb owner hasn't paid the water or electricity bill for the last 3 months. So there's me, who's just paid like £800 for the hotel.
£800
for the month, and the water and electricity was gone. And so I had the place, but there's no water. So I was having cold showers, and I wasn't able to wash up my plates because they're all cold water.
Yeah.
I could wash them, but not very well. But yeah, that happened in Bangkok. But once I was in Bangkok, it was okay. It worked out. I really like Bangkok. Beautiful.
Wow. I think we have a lot to talk about your gap year later. But first, let's start at the beginning, where you already told us where you have been born. But how was your upbringing? I mean, we already know a bit about your parents and that you told your mom one day before leaving the household for a whole year. But how was it actually to live there?
How was my upbringing? I'd say when you grow up in a small town, you automatically become like shallow-minded. Like people don't have like big aspirations. Like people aren't very ambitious. Like if you want to do something big, or not even big, if you want to do something like against the norm, do something like different to an extent, you will literally just be judged. You will be flamed.
Really?
100%. Like when I was in high school and college, I would just always, like I was very introverted, I'd say. Like I wasn't very talkative with other people. And so I wouldn't say I was like bullied, but I was like picked on. And I was like I never really belonged to a friend group. I'd always like go to this friend group, and I never really like belonged to one of those friend groups.
Yeah.
Because I never really fit in with any of them. And in college, the worst thing happened was it was basically, so I played football a lot. I was in a football college team, and it was really fun, but I didn't really get much game time. And then one thing happened which literally ruined my confidence. And when you have no confidence in person, when it goes onto the football field, like you are literally just, you don't play well. Like you play football, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you don't have confidence on the field,
You're fucked.
you're fucked. Like you just don't have the ability. You don't, like when you get a new haircut. When you get a new haircut, you're like, yo, I'm confident, and it just makes you play better. But at this point, I was just so introverted. I didn't have any confidence behind me, and this thing made it worse. So I was initially getting into online business. Like I was trying to learn about it. And this guy messaged me from Nigeria. I didn't know he was from Nigeria, for crypto, for Bitcoin. And he said, can you send me £100 and I'll get you £1,000 in Bitcoin? Stupid me, 17 years old. I'm like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
Send him £100. Send him £100 and never heard back from him. Like 3 days later, he messages me. He's like, if you want your money back, like make this video about my Bitcoin. So I'm in college when I get this message. I go into the college bathroom, the college toilet.
Yeah.
And I make this video. I'm cringing thinking about it. I make this video and I say what he told me to say. Nigerian man 123 made me £100 on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Stupid. So there's me thinking, okay, everything's normal. He then hacks my account. He hacks my account and posts that exact video of me in the bathroom to the whole of my social media. So everyone in my school, everyone in my college, everyone on my football team saw this video. They called me Bitcoin Kid for the rest of the year. Bitcoin. I was literally called, like, when I was walking down the hallway, yo crypto, or like, yo Bitcoin, for a whole year. My confidence was wrecked. And that just ruined my football career as well. Like, I was just so, every time I get on the ball, I'd be scared of like someone shouting, oh, like Bitcoin, whatever. And it ruins your confidence. And it seems like stupid. It seems like, oh, it's just a nickname. But it literally ruins your confidence. Another thing was like, a couple months later, I forgot my football boots to training. And I was wearing trainers.
Yeah.
So I told the manager, I was like, I forgot my football boots. I told the manager I forgot my football boots, and he said, just play in trainers. So I play in trainers, and then everyone starts calling me trainers. And then for the next 6 months, my new nickname is trainers on the football pitch. So, and then I just leave the football team because I was fed up. And then after that year, I just left college. So I was only at college for 1 year.
Yeah.
I was only at college for 1 year studying sports science, and that was it. And after that, I just went on to entrepreneurship. I paid money for courses, lost money, and that was the journey, I guess, at the start.
Damn. You are really big on nicknames there in England, right? So we have a big bully problem here in Germany as well, but nicknames, normally we make fun of normal names. You know, there is the name Kevin or Dilara, and there are always memes about them. I don't know if it's the same in your country, but never heard anybody finding out a new nickname for someone else. But yeah, it's actually crazy how fast it goes that you just forget your trainers for one time and then for half a year.
Yeah.
You only have that one.
I mean, nicknames, like, obviously everyone gets good nicknames in school. Like, it's not a big deal. But when it came to like more personal things, because I was trying to get into online business at the time.
Yeah.
And so when people were like making fun of me for getting into crypto, and then they again see me posting on social media, and they're like, they again start judging me and criticizing me for posting on social media and trying something online. Like, it ties into two, and it's more like personal than just like a joke.
So the main reason why you deleted your Instagram account, the one before, or the content from it?
The travel content. It was kind of that. So yeah, I'd say it was like, I still say I have a problem with it now, just like comparing to other people.
Okay.
Like envying other people's success. Or like, I'll see someone with like a social media page where it's like, so it makes their life look so aesthetic, so like they're perfect, and I'm like, oh, like mine's not perfect. And then I archive a few, and then once you archive on Instagram, you can't unarchive the video because it removes the sound. So after I made that mistake, it was the end of all the posts. But on TikTok, luckily, all my posts are still there. But yeah, another reason was because I didn't want to become like a travel influencer.
Yeah.
But I still regret like deleting all those videos. It was, I let like other people's opinions get to me too much, because I would get messages all the time. People in my gym would see the videos and they were like give me dirty looks. So you just got, and they weren't even like weird videos. They were just like solo traveling, normal videos, like my kind of hobby and like what I enjoyed. So seeing people like judge it was quite annoying.
So you was always big on traveling around the world. So that's something you.
Yeah, I mean, it all started like, as I said, like when I finished my lifeguarding job, that was when it like officially started. So like since last like May, we're in July 2025 now. So May 2024, that was when it kind of like started. That was when I kind of started solo traveling.
Crazy. Okay, so it was a comparing to ours and also the opinions from other people. How much did you really, really care about our opinions? And did it change now over the last year, or is it still the same?
It's definitely changed 100%. Like before, obviously, when I was in college and when I was in my hometown a lot, because I'd be traveling and then I'd be going back to my hometown and then I'd be traveling and then going back to my hometown. And so I would be seeing the same faces from my hometown, and the people, I wouldn't even say it's just like my town. Like the whole of England is very judgmental. Like it's a very negative country. A lot of people leave the UK and they go to places like Dubai. I wouldn't go to Dubai, but they go to places where it's more like positive. Like when I was in America for 3 months, everyone's so positive. Like everyone's just so friendly and helpful. Like you break down on the road, there's people pulling over straight away, like help you. But yeah, people are just a lot more friendly in the US.
Really?
So yeah, 100%.
When somebody here in Munich, for instance, gets his car wrecked on the road, you just see it standing on the side. I never saw somebody going out helping them here in Germany. So now that you that you said that, it actually came in my mind that never anybody even thinks about going outside to them, outside their own way to help others in the street. Normally we are very supportive, but on the street, no, actually. But yeah, man, the cryptocurrency, we already talked about that one and how that went. But did you do any other things in the crypto space afterwards, or was it just that one time Bitcoin and?
I think I was like on and off day trading. You know what day trading is?
Yeah.
So like I maybe made like £700 in the first week, and then I lost 900 in the second week. So I was like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. And I probably should have stuck at it longer, but I feel like with day trading, you need money to make money. I had maybe £1,000 to my name. And so having that much money in day trading, it just isn't. You can make a lot, but it takes a lot of time. And I wanted to learn like a skill set, which I can apply to the real world and not just like sit at home on a laptop and look at charts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But when you say skill set, all I think about is that you really trained on a specific software. Like, for instance, now just for the viewers, Minecraft, you train very, very hard to become a good Minecraft player, and then is your skill set to play good in Minecraft? Or what do you mean with skill set? Everything around it as well, knowing everything about the game or about software or how stuff works online?
I think like a skill set, when I say skill sets, sorry, I'm referring to like sales, marketing, like philosophy, like skills which you can apply, like human skills, something which AI can't replace. And day trading, you could probably use AI in it.
Yeah.
But like something like philosophy, something like marketing and sales, it needs like a creative mind behind it. And so I think it's like those are better skills to learn, and that was what my kind of thought pattern was at the time.
Crazy. Okay, so let's get back to the big topic. You're 18 years of age, and you're just deciding to go now and leave everything behind, jump out of the comfort zone into the gap year. How did you come to your decision, really? I mean, you already said that with your school and all that, and you didn't really know what to do and you wanted to experience the world. But how do you decide to which country and where you start and how you travel from there on and all that stuff?
That's an interesting question. I haven't actually like been asked that before. I think Barcelona was kind of just like I saw it on social media. It looked cool. But by far my favorite place I've been to is Switzerland. Switzerland is just beautiful. Like the lakes, the mountains, the hiking routes, the positivity. Like you're always safe in like 90% of the country.
Yeah.
And so when I went to Switzerland, my cousins are professional windsurfers. And so like I'm going in August. So they go every August and they'll surf on the lake. Or they'll windsurf on the lake. And so I sometimes like learn windsurfing as well. I can work on my laptop there. It's lovely view, fresh food. Like all the food is sourced from like nearby farms. So it's beautiful. I love it. And there's so many athletes there, which obviously I have a skill set of like content. And so what drew me to Switzerland was when you go up in the mountains, there's lots of athletes doing high altitude training.
Okay.
And they always need filming because they're like Olympic athletes. They're like big athletes. And so when I was there last year, I started filming people. And yeah, that's kind of, I kind of just like, I guess, I mean, Thailand again was like a kind of, so it was, I kind of went off the trend. Like you kind of go off the trend. America was a lot more spontaneous. But yeah, Thailand was definitely like another sort of social media thing, but it was beautiful. So was Barcelona, so was Switzerland. So
okay, so it was first Barcelona, then you went to Switzerland.
Yeah.
From Switzerland, you got to Thailand.
Yeah.
or from Thailand to the USA.
Yes.
Crazy. But did you plan that all ahead, or was it just you sitting in Barcelona thinking about the next country, and then you just decided on Switzerland because you heard good things about it? Or
I mean, I always knew I was going to go to Switzerland just because of my cousins being there every year.
okay, yeah,
Barcelona was a lot more like when I was in Barcelona, I wasn't really thinking about the next trip.
okay,
I was probably in Barcelona for like 2 to 3 months total. So like quite long, and I loved it. It was so good, so good. And I was actually I was kind of like blowing up on TikTok at the time in Barcelona specifically. So there was one time I was on a train in Barcelona. I was going to so I was living with, just to give you some context, I was living with this grandma, this random grandma, Spanish lady, didn't speak a word of English.
yeah,
And I speak like a little bit of Spanish, like
yeah,
enough to get by. I'm at this grandma's house, which I met on Airbnb. And obviously at the time I'm broke, so I was like, I need somewhere cheap to stay. So it's like £40 a night. Decent. Stay with this grandma, and I was making videos like with the grandma, like showing our like experience, because obviously I didn't speak any Spanish, basically. She didn't speak any English, and so we were literally communicating off like hand gestures. So, and I had these Ray-Ban glasses,
yeah,
and they were so good, and so there was like a POV angle,
yeah,
and so I would just post loads of these videos, and I'd obviously asked her at the start of the trip, like, can I post these? Like, can I post my travels, because I do travel content?
Mhm.
Fine, cool. So I'm posting these videos, and then a couple of them blew up to like 1 million, 2 million. And I'm on this train, and bear in mind, this grandma's house was in a place called Martorell. It's a town, and it was maybe like 30-40 minutes by the train. And so I got on this train, and I'm on my way to like the center of Barcelona. I'm on my way, and there's this girl sitting next to me. She sits down next to me. She's scrolling on TikTok. So I'm like, my video is trending.
yeah,
Why not just like look at the phone to see if like maybe my video comes up?
yeah.
I kid you not, it came up, and I was like, and she liked it. She was watching it, she liked it, and I was like, thanks for liking my video. And she's like, "Care?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "That's my video." And she was like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "Bro, click on the page." She clicked on the page, and she saw it was me, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And I realized, and then a couple times later, people would like comment on my videos. "Oh my god, I just saw you in this cafe." People in person would say like, "Oh, I've seen your videos here." I was literally like being recognized for the first time in Barcelona, which was crazy, in another country, not even in my own country. Same thing happened in Thailand. I was in a hostel, and this kid from Barcelona was in my hostel, and he's like, "Yo, I've seen your videos." Crazy. Like, mad.
What did it do to your confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it gives you like a bit of joy, but yeah, it was good. Like, it was good for my confidence. It boosted my confidence. It kind of made me think like I can reach people from the other side of the map.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool. But yeah, man.
So, just a question that popped in my head right now. Did you ever feel lonely in this whole time frame? I mean, you're completely on your own. You only have a Spanish grandma that you don't really know as first contact person, and your parents are 10,000 miles away.
Yeah. Are we talking like in Barcelona or like all my solo trips?
All the complete trips.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm a human. I get lonely sometimes. And obviously when you solo travel, when you're always like map hopping, what you call it. Like, whenever you meet someone, it's inevitable that you have to say goodbye to them, because you're never going to see them again. You're traveling.
True, yeah.
So like every single person you meet, you have to make sure you don't get too close to them, because in 2 days they're gone. And like when you stay in hostels, for example, you meet so many cool people, and everyone's your age in hostels. Everyone's your age. A lot of people have the same interests. Some people do social media. Some people work remotely online. Some people are just there to like enjoy and hike and travel and just like see the world. And you have so many like different types of people. It's just so cool. And you meet them and you make such a good connection with them, and then you never see them again in your life. And it's deep. And it's like with a relationship, if I wanted a girlfriend, I would have to stay in the UK.
Yeah.
Or like I'd have to move to that country. Like if I met a girl here in Germany
Today, yeah.
if I met a girl here in Germany, I would literally have to, like, if we had a connection, for it to be like anything, I would have to move here. Because long distance is just long.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to, like, obviously it's cool, like, if I see them in Germany, like, every time I come to Germany, but it's like once a year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't come to Germany often. So, like, if I were to meet someone when I'm traveling, most of the time, like, it just wouldn't work out. And so, like, I feel like having a relationship is something I've missed out on. Like, with a girl, having like a girlfriend in a relationship, is kind of like something I've missed out on while I was traveling, because you can't really commit to anything when you're traveling so much. Because obviously, if you commit to something and then you start traveling, your girlfriend's going to be back home and she's not going to be able to see you. So it's just like, I don't really want to do that.
But even not those dope relationships, deep relationships like a girlfriend or boyfriend, it still sounds very sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, very nice, because you always value every single moment you have with these people you will maybe never see again.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. I need to let that sink in. But just because you refer to it right now, how did love go? Did you ever fell in love with anybody on the whole trip?
I wouldn't say I fell in love with anybody. There was definitely moments where I caught feelings.
Yeah.
For a girl. 100%. Like, even in Germany once, in Barcelona. Yeah, 100%. In America, practically every country I've been to, other than Thailand. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, in Thailand you had the boat guy, so that's the same thing.
Yeah.
And how did that work? Even with the German ladies?
Okay, so I'll tell you a story. So I was walking, I just got off the station from Switzerland to Constance, which is in the south of Germany. And I was walking to my friend's house, and my 4G had just gone. Like, my mobile data had just gone. I see this girl, beautiful, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful. I speak to her. I ask her for directions. Here's the thing when I'm traveling. Like, whenever I'm traveling, if I need directions and I also want to, like, improve my confidence as a man, I will always make sure I go up to, like, the best looking people. Like, if I just go up to the best looking girls and that's like an excuse to talk to them, the directions, then it will just, like, boost it will give me confidence to speak to more people, not even just girls, like, in general. Because obviously good looking girls are, like, the hardest people to speak to out of everyone. Like, I can go up to any guy and just ask him, it's boring. Like, why do I want directions from a guy? you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I got up to this girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful. Asked for directions. She gives me directions. We kind of speak on and off. She says she's from some town like 2 hours over. Her brother's here in Constance in this town for a dentist appointment, and she's just like walking around trying to pass the time. Mm-hmm. I walk away. She walks away. I say thank you. And then I don't know if you've ever seen that movie where, like, they're both walking away, and then one of them looks back and the other one's still walking, and then the other one looks back and the other one's still walking, and then they both look back at the same time, and then they both meet. That's literally what happened. Like, so when I look back, she was looking at me, And she was smiling, and it's like, I thought I had to go back. Went back. I was like, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have to get your number. Like, I'm going to be so annoyed with myself if I don't get your number.
Mm.
So I got her number. And then when I get her number, she must have like mistyped her number in my phone. I don't know how. Maybe she was nervous or something. But then she was like, can I walk with you? Sure. So we walked. And I didn't even know where I was going at this point. We were just walking to walk. And so after like an hour of walking and talking and getting to know each other, I can tell we both felt like a connection. And when I first saw her, I was thinking to myself, she was out of my league. When we were on the walk, she actually told me that she thought I was out of her league. Yeah. So, it was a bit of a surprise for me, considering I didn't really have much confidence at the time. And so she goes with her brother to eat dinner, and then she basically, I'm on a Spanish lesson at this point, like on a call. And so I'm on the Spanish lesson, like next to where she's at the restaurant. And we've already said goodbye, like we weren't going to see each other again. On that day, we weren't going to see each other again, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Because I had her number. She finishes dinner and she walks to the train station. I believe it was maybe 7:51, and her train was at like 54.
Yeah.
And I messaged her on my phone, and I was like, it was nice meeting you. And then it didn't go through. And I was like, she must have mistyped the number. So I kid you not, I ran to the train station. I met her there, and I was like, you put your number in wrong. She's like, oh my God, no. And then she puts the wrong number in. It was literally just one digit that she got wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think it was on purpose, because it seemed like a genuine mistake. Anyway, she goes on the train, and luckily it was delayed. I wouldn't have even caught her if it wasn't delayed. So that's crazy.
Yeah, no, German trains always delayed, so
yeah,
one time it's good.
Yeah. And so the evening she was messaging me, and she said she like really liked me. Yeah. So I was like, okay, like maybe we can work this out. Maybe I can like move to Germany.
You were thinking like the first,
I don't know, not to that extent, but it was always in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna commit to anything that early.
Yeah.
But I did have feelings for her, and she had feelings for me, and she literally said that. This is important for the next part of the story. So we meet the next day. She says, this is crazy. We literally met yesterday. Like, I've never met anyone, like no boys ever came up to me on the street. We've never like met up afterwards as well. It's crazy. So we're walking around this lake, and after 45 minutes, bear in mind the train over to where her town was 2 hours, and she had to get like a 30-minute train to meet me in the middle.
Yeah.
So she had to go after 45 minutes of like walking around the lake. So she goes on the train, goes back home, and it's like a movie. Like I'm watching her train go away. I was like, I'm probably never going to see her again in my life. So she basically, I was on the train back to Zurich, and she messaged me, and she's like, Ben, I need to speak to you. And I'm like, what's this about? She's like, I need your help. What? She's like, someone you don't know is gonna call you in a minute. And I'm like, what do you mean? Who? She calls me, and then I finally pick up, because there was no service on the train.
Yeah. And
she's like, Ben, I'm really sorry. I led you on. I really like you. I really, really want you in my life. But I've got a boyfriend. Damn. How do you have a boyfriend and you just said that you really want another guy in your life?
Yeah.
How does that even make sense? And so at that point, I'm like a bit baffled, a bit confused. And I was distraught. Yeah. I was on the train, 19 years old. 18 years old? I can't remember. But I was on the train.
Still very young.
Yeah. And I was just distraught. But yeah, it was a cool experience, cool little story.
We take that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, we did talk yesterday evening about it already, and I told you my point of view on it, because at the moment, really in the young age here in Germany, especially, I think everybody is trying to just be the coolest. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not cool to have someone so early in the life and then be with them just forever. Like, everybody just wants to share their experiences and wants to have different experiences most of the time. So it is really something special if you find somebody very young and stay with them for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, maybe that's the reason behind it. But yeah, got no explanation for that one. I'm actually sorry about that, because they're from Germany and all that.
On behalf of the German.
Yeah, on behalf of the German, we are sorry. But when going away from love, you already said sometimes you were a bit lonely, then maybe you called your family. Did you hear your family often while traveling around the world, or was it just once a month?
I mean, the most important people in my life are my parents, like, no doubt. Like, I always call them. I always FaceTime them. So whenever I was traveling, like, my parents would have my location, like, all the time. They would be messaging me if I was out at 2 a.m, like last night, for example, when we were at the bar, just getting like a beer. My mum was like, are you home? Like, have you got your hostel? Like, are you okay? What's happening? Why are you out this time? Like, they're so caring. And so, yeah, like, I was always calling them. They always wanted to see what I was up to. And initially, when I like started the online business sort of stuff, they were quite skeptical, because obviously, and it's nothing like personal. A lot of people think like your parents hate you because like they don't agree with you doing online business, but it's because they're so old school and they're so like brought up with construction, manual labor, office jobs,
the normal
jobs, which social media will probably be like a normal job in like 50 years.
For sure.
So the fact that they thought that initially, like, now I'm at a point where they're quite proud of me and that they've accepted that I'm like, that I kind of have it figured out to an extent. I don't have it figured out 100%, of course. Who does? But like, to an extent, I do have it figured out. And so, I was always calling them and they were always making sure I was all right. So, yeah.
That sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were feeling lonely sometimes, but were you ever really, really scared? Not because of money issues or because you were lonely, but because you were in a dangerous place or something like that?
So, yes. So the thing with me is I like to go on walks at random hours. You can ask my sister this. Like, my sister will just be like, why is he going on a walk? Like, the other day I went on a walk at maybe like 12 midnight.
Yeah.
I went on a walk at midnight and just went to like my local church and just read the Bible at like 11 p.m, 12 p.m. My sister's like, why are you going at this time? I don't know. I just like walking late. It's just like, it's a European thing. And because I was in Europe so long, now I do it literally every country I go to.
Yeah.
And so, when I was in Barcelona, I went for a walk without my headphones, luckily. So I knew, so bear in mind, I knew the area was dangerous that I was in.
Okay.
So opposite my apartment was a house, an abandoned house, and it had a group of Moroccan, like a Moroccan gang inside. So they were living in this. I'm not sure what you call it. I'm not sure what you call it. But they were living in this house opposite me. And so they would always like go out and try and harass people late at night. So here I am, I'm walking back from, there's like a 24-hour shop. So I went to get a bottle of water, just go on a walk, chill, fine. Walking back, and this Moroccan kid, he's like, fake Gucci hat, like fake outfit. You can just tell, like, you know who they are. Barcelona, man bag. You just know, like, what's up. Luckily, at this point, I had nothing on me. Like, I only had my phone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose my phone.
Most important thing on your travel.
100%. So, he's like, hey, amigo, seguro, seguro. And at this point, I knew what he was saying because, like, bear in mind, on TikTok, all the comments said, if you go to Barcelona late at night and someone asks you for a cigarette, someone said, and you hear amigo seguro, run.
Yeah.
Brother, I kid you not, this guy was like, hey, amigo seguro. I was like, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
I'm cooked.
Yeah.
So this guy is speaking to me. He's speaking to me in broken Spanish. So I was I didn't want to speak Spanish to him in case he did understand Spanish, because if he can't communicate to me, then maybe he'll leave me.
Yeah.
And if I don't speak English, which he probably does, and if I don't speak Arabic, which he probably does, and if I don't speak Spanish, which he probably does, then I should be okay. Because I can just delay it. And bear in mind...
Speak Arabic?
No.
Oh, okay. Just sounded like that, yeah.
But I was maybe 10, 15 meters away from my apartment at this time.
Yeah.
So I was like, why did this have to happen this close to my apartment? Like, if it happened like 30 meters back, I'd have to like fight. But now I'm at a point where I can either fight or I can take a risk and just like push it off until I get to my door. So I start speaking to him in German. What do I say? I say, Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. What does that even mean? Speak German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To speak in German.
So I was literally just yapping in German.
Yeah.
I was like, was ein Eise du Weins? I didn't even know.
Sorry, what?
It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, okay.
It just sounds like it German.
It was
to me.
German, yeah.
And I was like, Sprechen Sie Deutsch, Sprechen Sie Deutsch. All these words.
Yeah.
Right? He's like a bit confused. And I'm bigger than this guy, man. But he's got a knife. Pulls out a knife in his pocket. He doesn't pull it out to the max, but he pulls it out so I can see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's on drugs or alcohol or something. Yeah. But as I'm walking, he's literally leaning on me. And bro, the temptation to just like hook him, so tempting. But it's like, if I miss that hook, or if that doesn't knock him out, he has a knife. He can stab me.
Yeah.
All his friends are across the road in this abandoned house.
Yeah.
With knives. So it's like, why take that risk? So I delayed it, speaking German to him, shouting at him in German. And I got to my apartment door and then I go in. Luckily, literally so lucky. And when I got in the door, I was shaking.
Yeah.
So scared. I don't know if it was fear. I definitely had fear in me. I'm not going to pretend I didn't have fear in me. Yeah. This guy had a knife. But but I did have like crazy adrenaline pumping at that time. Because it's just like in the fight or flight mode. But yeah, that's the story of Barcelona, of nearly getting robbed.
It's crazy, man. Every single one of your stories is just so great.
Yeah.
But let's wrap the whole gap year a little bit up. Do you have any key learnings you want to tell the audience that you made or learned on your way for this whole gap year? What is the main thing you learned that everybody out there can profit from?
I think just like money will come back. If you spend, like it's a crazy philosophy, but the more you spend, the more you make in like most cases. Like it's just for me. I don't know if it applies to everyone, but the more I spend, the more incentive there is for me to make more money. Like if I just spend $2,000 on a course, I'm going to really want to pursue that course. Like I'm going to put my all into that course. If I spend £100 on a course, I'll probably look at it once and it will stay on my emails. So it's just like when you spend money on a trip, for example, on a trip and you say, I promise to myself that I'm going to make the money back on this trip, and you'll just figure it out. Like put yourself in the situations where you have no choice but to win, no choice but to make money. If you spend £1,000 on rent and you have zero in your bank account, you need to make money today, otherwise you can't eat for the next few days. So make money, find a way to make money. Find a way to make money, book a trip where you're uncomfortable, and then use that way that you learn to make money and just like get really good at it.
Did you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Just a book from
I did.
Yeah, because it's actually one of the things in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just give out as much money as you can.
Yeah, I think my dad bought me. I think my dad got the book for me, but I think I read like 20 pages.
Okay.
As he gave up.
It's actually very at the end, but yeah, his philosophy is completely the same. And when I read it, yeah, I couldn't believe it really, because when you just read it and somebody's telling you to put all your savings, everything, just buy whatever you want to, so you have this urge to earn money, it didn't really make sense in my head. But now you are sitting here 2 years after I read this book, and you are saying the completely same thing.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. So would you recommend other people to do the same thing as you? Or more people to do the same thing as you? And which type of people do you think are capable of doing that?
I definitely think entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. Like, there's a lot of people who are so shallow-minded. When I say shallow-minded, I mean like they just assume it won't work without even trying. I recommend most like young people, if you've just gotten out of high school, then yeah, 100%. Like do what I did. Try. Or not even like specifically what I did. I just love traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to do it. That's why I did it. Like, if you like music, really, like if you really like music, do music for a whole year and see if it works. Do music for like 2 years and see if it works. What's the worst thing which is going to happen? You're going to get a job. Like, tough. Get a job and do it on the side until it becomes the main thing. Like, there is no risk. There's so many people think like, oh, it's such a big risk. I got to spend loads of money. It's literally your dream. Like, if you want it that bad, it will happen. Do that thing. Save enough money with a job for music, if for example, or for social media. Do that for like a whole year or like 2 years and just dedicate your life to it. If it doesn't work, fine. Just get a normal job. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Just get a job at like the local supermarket and then do it on the side and use the money from the supermarket to fund this thing, and then you'll be fine. You'll get to a point, but you just need to keep going. It's inevitable that you'll win. It's inevitable that you'll succeed but you just need to like carry on going.
Yeah, I think I really find myself in your description that you did there. I was for a long time very, very shallow-minded. Also a bit from the parent side. You always hear those kind of things when trying to start streaming, for instance, or starting a YouTube channel. You always hear this stuff from, especially if you are 14 years old, your parents are going to tell you, no, do something normal, do something that is safe, and all of that stuff. And it got to me a little bit. And everything you just said, to do it for 1 year, just try to make it work. This is what actually is happening here right now. I'm doing this now for half a year on the side of my studies. Not that I never want to do the job after my studies, but it's very on the same level, I would say. And this is just the dream side hustle, or the dream thing I would love to, do more. And that's why I do it for a year now, or more. We will see.
Yeah, nice.
So thank you so much for all your lessons. And now let's come to your business. What is it that you actually do? We know you do something with social media, or for athletics, or for athletes in Switzerland.
Yeah, so for a whole year I was doing videography.
Mm-hmm.
So creating content with my camera for sometimes brands, sometimes athletes, creators, coaches. And recently I've just gotten a job as head of content. Like, I've just gotten a job as like the head of social media, basically, like social media manager, basically.
Crazy.
For a brand called Overload. which is a creatine, you know, creatine?
Yeah.
So it's a creatine sports brand in the UK. And they already have like a base of like 40,000 followers. They're doing quite well. They're quite a big brand in the UK. They're one of the biggest creatine brands in the UK. And so I got this job just from posting my content on social media. And what I did on social media was literally just post content, like documenting my journey instead of instead of like, I wasn't positioning myself as the expert because I'm not. I got a lot to learn. So I was just positioning myself as like the kid who was trying to make his dream work, like on social media. And so all the people who would see that content, they would want to help me. And so that's how I got that job. Like the founder literally saw the video and he was like, I like you as a person. Like, I want to see what you can do. And then we went on a trial shoot and, yeah, that's how it went. So yeah, videography, content creation for brands and athletes and creators.
Are there any lessons you just learned through your job on how to treat people or anything for your skill set, like you describe it?
What do you mean by treat people?
No, just an example, you know.
Okay.
Could be something like how to work in a team or all of that stuff.
I don't know.
Or how to get people on your team when you're head of content to perform to the max extent that you need them to.
Yeah, I mean, this will be the first this will be the first time for this new job that I'll be working in like a team. I've never worked in a team before. I've always been like solo, like a freelance sort of work. And so, yeah, I really couldn't tell you like a lesson on like how to be with a team, how to treat your team and sort of like stuff like that. But in terms of like getting clients, it's just like put yourself out there on social media. And I don't mean videos of yourself with music in the background and nothing else. Like videos talking about your story. People like videos which people can relate to you with. And so I think just having a social presence and having your portfolio on like a social media platform is just, it's so essential in 2025. So, yeah.
Crazy. So I have this question here do you ever want to work in a big firm or to stay on your own ground? But you're already in a big firm.
I wouldn't call it like a firm.
Yeah.
It's a 6-person team.
Yeah.
So it's 6 people total with me included.
For the whole creatine stuff.
Yeah.
6 people have the biggest creatine company.
It's one of the, it's not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest.
Yeah.
It's like top 5.
Wow.
So it's a big brand, but they're a very small team. And I'm very, very new to it, so I don't want to like say too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, very small team and they're doing really well. So
crazy. But do you think you will do much more for yourself in the future? Because when we started this podcast, you said that you didn't want to become a personal trainer because you didn't want to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's just why the question is coming up. Do you ever want to go more on your own or more to those big brands? Or is it the same at the end of the day?
No, I mean, one of the biggest things that I want to do is build a brand of my own in the future, like build a fitness brand in the future. And so in order to do those things, I need to learn marketing. I need to learn how to run a brand and like all the back end suppliers, everything about that. So if I can learn that by working for like a big brand, like, I can use this as a tool to get to where I want to be in the future. So learning like all these things and being around with all these people in this brand, in this new brand will be essential for like learning skills and then using those skills to succeed in the future, like with my own brand when I have my own brand. Because obviously the end goal for me is like one of the biggest goals for me has always been to have my own fitness brand. So it really like aligns. As long as it aligns with your goal, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay. So coming to your mindset and especially faith.
Okay.
What does faith mean to you, or what is your definition of faith?
I think faith is like having trust that it's all going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And just like trusting God. I don't know if you believe in like a higher power, but within the last 6 months, I've definitely like came to God. And like when you actually pray, like it may seem stupid to like an atheist, but when you actually pray, regardless of if you believe, like it genuinely will happen. Whether you can call it manifestation, praying, but I think you're actually speaking to like the universe, and like when you speak, you can speak things into existence. Like Conor McGregor talks about it a lot. Like when you speak it into your mind, when you put it out there, it will happen. And like whenever I ask for a new opportunity, or whenever I ask for new people in my life who can help me improve, like the next day it will literally happen. Like I will get a job offer. I remember I prayed for an opportunity. The next day, the brand that I'm working with now, they literally reached out to me like the next day.
That's crazy.
And the same thing for like whenever I want to meet new people, if I pray and God thinks it's like the right time for me, then he will put it into my life. And so that's what faith means to me.
So faith plays a pretty big role in your life so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the brand and everything good happening in the last half year, you would bring back to faith as the main cause.
I think it's hard to say because I haven't like fully committed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to say yes, but I'm very new to it, and I don't want to say like 100% yes, because we do have free will as humans. Like I can choose to slap you in the face right now.
Yeah, please don't.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can choose to slap you in the face. And so, like if I want to go get money, then I can, like that's my doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if an opportunity comes, like for example, when people call it luck is when opportunity meets like timing. And so if God's timing is like giving you these opportunities, then yeah, I would say, I'd say the relationship between like God and me is like, and like God and man is, God will like steer the boat and you have to row.
Yeah.
If God steers and you're not even rowing, like if God's guiding you, but you're not willing to put the hard work in, it's not going to happen. But if you put the hard work in, knowing and trusting in God, God will literally like guide you. The hard work will guide you to the right places.
Yeah.
Because if you work hard and you have no direction, then it's inevitable you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You need to have direction. And if you trust God and you just work hard, then you'll have the opportunities come to you, I believe.
It's an interesting way to actually think about it.
Yeah.
I grew up as a Christian, but I don't know if I would define myself in the last few years as one. The last time I did pray, I don't even remember. It's a bit sad to talk about that, but also, you have all of those big parties in the church with cousins and everything when they get their confirmation. I think that's the word. But
so if
never really thought about it that much.
So if someone were to ask you, I would be Christian, but what would you say?
I would be Christian, but
like how would you finish that sentence? I would be Christian,
but not so much in the last few years, actually. When I was a kid, in school, every time before a big exam or before getting back in a big exam, always I was praying in bed before going to sleep.
Yeah.
But only always when I needed something from God.
Yeah.
And I never felt very good with that approach. And it worked out every single time. You have to say it really, really worked. But I didn't want to, just use something. If there is a God, I just use him in school to get better exams.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling quite good about that. So I think at the moment, I don't think as much about religion as I should be thinking, because it's just a bit back in my mind and not one of my priorities. But if I ever happen to think about it more again, I really, really need to think the whole relationship over and how to really do it in a good way without just using God for the good and never giving anything back.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't even class it as like religion.
Yeah.
I would class it as more like a relationship. For example, Jesus in the Bible says like he doesn't even like religion. Like the religious people tried to kill him, and they did kill him. So it's like having that relationship instead of following the man-made religion, because like man can twist. There's so many religions. People can twist the views how their mind wants.
Yeah.
But it's like, what did Jesus say and what did Jesus want? Instead of like the religion, because people get put off by religion.
Yeah.
I don't like being called religious because it's like so many people put a bad name on religion. So it's like having just a relationship with God.
Yeah.
Like he's your friend. Like he's just walking through life with you. That's like a better way to look at it. Like, would you say you don't believe, or is it just because you don't want to like use it and use the power that you have and that God gives you in the wrong way?
That's actually quite complicated, because when you ask me if there is a life after death, I would most certainly say 100%, because I want to believe it, and it makes it easier to let other people go, when you know what I mean. But when you ask me if I think there is a God who created everything we know, I am not that sure, because I don't have the proof about it, That's mainly the main reason. But that's what it is all about. It just what religion is about. You believe in it. There is no proof about it, but you believe in it, makes things happen. Like in your case, you're manifesting something and it makes your life better. And as long as it does make your life better and does not affect any other people in any bad way, then it's completely up to you what you do. I mean, religion, like I said, has a bad way in a modern society. For instance, in Germany, we had a lot of car attacks in the last half year. One actually was here in Munich, and it's quite brutal when it happens in your hometown as well. And always you have the first cause for it is the religion, and that's just unnecessary in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so hard topic. Let's go over to more better topics. We stumbled across the word fitness quite a few times, and it seems like you really, really like this fitness stuff, and you studied sports science for a year. But what do you do every day for your fitness or to improve your life?
I like to go on walks, not only for like fitness. So I like to get my 10k steps in every day. I think that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily for fitness, but more for like peace of mind.
Yeah.
Also, I like to do strength training 3 to 4 times per week. Just so I like stay in shape. But I'm leaning towards more like calisthenics recently.
Okay.
So like body weight movements.
Yeah, like human flag and all of that.
Yeah. And like training more to be like a natural human with really good flexibility and really good, like being a really good athlete, having a really athletic build instead of being like a bodybuilder, because I don't want to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So training like a bodybuilder doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
To me. So just having that like balance between cardio. I play a lot of football, so having that balance between cardio, training your flexibility, making sure you're always like mobile, and then strength training is very helpful as well.
Okay. So how did it happen that you want to transition from the normal weight training to your own weight training?
I think it's just like I feel like a lot of our minds nowadays as teenagers are like so reliant, dependent on social media. Like the social media, like your For You page will determine like how you think kind of a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So like a lot of the time I'll see loads of bodybuilders, but then recently I asked myself like, how do I actually feel? Like I'm always like tight. I feel like stiff. I'm a human. I'm 20 years old. Like I'm not supposed to be feeding like a sloth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
So having just like that sense of awareness and like realizing you need to be trained like a human, like sprint training, eating only whole foods, like lots of red meat, eggs, and instead of just like loads of processed foods. A lot of people think there's one diet which is better than the other, like a Mediterranean diet, carnivore diet, vegan diet, vegetarian diet. There is literally multiple places in the world, like in Japan, there's a place in Japan, I think it's called Okinawa or something like that. They live till like 90. They live till like 100 or something like that. Crazy. They eat only vegetables, I think. Like fish and vegetables. There's another place in America where they only eat veg, like carrots, broccoli, fruits as well, and they live sort of the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with like places in Russia where they only eat meat. Same thing. Okay, it's literally, and Mediterranean diet as well, like fish, bread, olive oil. Same thing. It's literally just because there's no processed foods. It's all whole foods. So if you just eat whole foods, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But like in this day and age, it's so hard. Like if I was walking out and about, like especially when you're solo traveling, if I'm walking out and about and I'm hungry, I can't like buy something which will be healthy from like some supermarket in your town, right? It will probably just be like crisps, chips, chocolate, fizzy drinks. Maybe there's like some cheese you can get, some like raw cheese, which will be good for you. But like a lot of the time, you gotta like be selective about what you eat. And yeah.
Okay, so health and fitness is quite a big thing in your life.
Yeah, I mean, there's always, like, I always say, you have 99 problems until your health, and then you just have one.
Yeah.
Like, if I have 1 million business problems, if I literally just get a headache, all my focus goes on that headache. What can I eat right now? Can I go get like a carrot, or like, can I go get like drink like a liter of water?
Yeah.
Can I have some salt in my water? Like, just it's health is just such a priority. I was on the airplane yesterday, got a massive headache, and I literally put in my notes, I was like, never eat sugar again, please, because like it's just a note for my future self.
Yeah.
Don't eat sugar because it makes me feel horrendous. Because I had like a sugary coffee, caramel latte, whatever. Bloody my headache. Annoying. So just eat whole foods, I think. But yeah, fitness is a huge thing in my life.
On that note, because my girlfriend didn't eat sugar for the last 3 years, I think.
Really?
Yeah, she does it for a very, very long time. What is your stance on those sugar-free products, Because they are processed at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They don't have sugar in it, but they have their own thing, and some people think it makes you get cancer earlier, all that stuff. Most of it is scientifically proven to be wrong. But just wanted to ask your opinion on that.
I mean, in America, the sugar-free drinks are a lot different than like one would be in Europe.
Yeah.
Like in America, you've got red 40, yellow 5, like all these like colorings, which are so bad for you. In Europe, I think you'll be okay drinking a sugar-free drink. Like, I personally think, it's not even my personal opinion, I think I've looked into it a lot. I watch a lot of, do you know Andrew Huberman?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of him. And like drinking those sugar-free, if you have a sweet craving and you drink those things, like you'll be fine. It's a lot better than sugar. I'm not saying it's good, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
But it's 1,000 times better than sugar. There's nothing worse than sugar. I'd even go as far to say, sugar is worse than alcohol.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I would say that.
You're for real right now?
100%. Processed sugar is like so bad for you. Clogs your arteries, gives you horrendous skin. Like whenever I eat bad sugar, like a lot of sugar, I just get like breakout spots.
Yeah. Ups your cholesterol and all of that stuff as well. Yeah, now thinking about it, the main problem with alcohol is, of course, it gets to your brain. Makes your reaction time and all of that a little bit slower.
It's your liver, right? It's like the bad.
As well. Yeah, of course. Kills the liver as well.
If you just drink like maybe 2 beers a week, you'll be fine. I literally
You're an
don't
alcoholic in Germany if you drink 2 beers a week, actually. No, I think it's really in your own opinion what an alcoholic is. But as soon as you have regular drink 1 day in the week where you always give yourself a drink, you're already considered to be more alcoholic as somebody who just does it once a month or
per week.
Could be, yeah.
Alcoholic.
It's completely on yourself. Everybody has their own opinions on that one, so yeah.
I was at a market today and literally
Drank a beer, yeah.
Guys are drinking jugs.
Yeah, we are in Bavaria. We're all alcoholics. That doesn't beer, but alcoholic is not that bad of a word.
Yeah,
in Germany, I would say.
But I actually haven't drank. Like I only drink on special occasions. Like this year I probably drank maybe 5 beers total.
Yeah. But yeah, in Munich, it's completely normal to just get, after your work day, to the next supermarket, get a cheap beer of one of the breweries around here and drink it. And of course, it's the guy an alcoholic if he does it every single day after his work, you know? So there is some kind of problem there. But the main thing with your stance that sugar is much better than... or worse than alcohol. The main thing with alcohol is that when you try to sleep, you will never get as good of a sleep as when you didn't drink, because you will wake up several times throughout the night without even noticing.
Really?
The main problem with alcohol is that you can't get a good recovery afterwards.
I knew about the recovery, but I didn't, like, whenever I drink alcohol, I just feel tired and then I just fall asleep so quickly.
Yeah, and it always feels like the best sleep in your life, but you still wake up and feel bad, right?
Really?
Yeah, of course. And it's scientifically proven that, so I really have that from a book. I'm not making that up. That when you drink alcohol, you sleep, I don't know the percentage, but a lot worse than without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, of course.
So when I was in Koh Tao, which is a mafia island in Thailand.
Okay, yeah.
Tourists can go there.
Yeah.
But you just got to be careful with what you do.
Yeah.
So it was the first time and last time so far that I got like, I didn't get blackout drunk, but I got like drunk.
Yeah.
And when I was drunk, when I'm drunk, I become really talkative. So I'm just like risen up every girl I see.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so I go back to my hostel.
Yeah.
Finally. I think I'm sick 7 times. It was like 4 a.m. I got a massive headache. I threw up loads of times.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, it's finally over. Go to sleep, wake up at like 12 in the afternoon. They're going on a boat trip at 1. Like the hostel is doing a boat trip at 1 o'clock. So I'm like, it would be a good idea to join this. So I pay 20 quid. I'm like, all right, let's go. Go on the boat trip. Never been seasick before.
Yeah.
Okay. Never been seasick before. I kid you not. I literally got on the boat and we were going to be away from shore the whole day for another like 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like we weren't going to be at any shore. We weren't going to be at mainland. We were on the boat tour. We were going to go round the island and there's like mini islands. No, there's one like big island which is called Koh Tao and there's like different parts of the island. We're going to these different parts And most of, like, all of these parts of the island are really remote. There's no roads. It's in the jungle, whatever.
Yeah.
So we go to this, like, sand beach where there is a sand beach. That sounds really stupid. What beach doesn't have sand?
Yeah.
We go
on many beaches actually in Croatia, and on the North Sea we only have those big rocks, you know.
Really?
It's a big rock beach, yeah. And those are the worst because you can't really lay on them. But sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Sorry. Yeah. So because it gets like a bit rocky.
Yeah.
They can't go very close to the shore, and so we were about maybe 50 meters from the shore, and so some people stayed on the boat with the music, the alcohol. Some people went to the island.
Mm-hmm.
This little island had this part of the island had a abandoned mafia house on it, and so people just looking, and everyone jumped off who was going to go, and then some people stayed, and I was looking. I was on the top of the boat, and bear in mind I had just thrown up on this boat another like 5 times
because you were seasick.
Yeah. So I was like, it will probably be better for me to be in the water rather than be on this like boat flying left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So I jump off this boat and I swim. I was a lifeguard. I was a qualified lifeguard, so I could swim. So I swam to this island, and then I'm there. I'm like, I feel so good. Like my tummy just feels amazing. And then it's time to get back on the boat. So we swim another like 50 meters, get back on the boat. This time it's raining now. It's like pouring it down, thunder, lightning, whatever, storms. Go on this boat and start throwing up another time, like 5, 6, 7.
Into the ocean while you're swimming?
Into the toilet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which goes in the ocean.
Yeah.
It was so horrible. I can't even stress it enough. I was sweating. It was hot. There was like, everyone was having fun upstairs, and I'm just down here with a headache and throwing up. It's horrible. And then, bear in mind, I had my bag on. So I didn't have a locker. I didn't want to lock my bag in a hostel, so I was like, let me bring my bag, it'll be fine. My bag had my laptop, my camera, and like a book and some clothes. So I had to leave my bag on the boat. The manager of the tour said, like, the closest we're gonna be to like mainland shore is gonna be like 150 meters. Do you know how long that is?
Yeah.
It's probably like, what, 10 lengths in the pool?
Yeah.
8 lengths in the pool. And I was a lifeguard, but I had just thrown up my whole body. I had no energy at all.
Yeah.
So they were like, there'll be a taxi waiting for you, which will take you back to the hostel. So I had to leave my bag, my laptop, my camera, everything on the boat because I can't get it wet.
Yeah.
Literally, my phone as well. So I'm barefoot in my shorts, nothing else on. I dive off this boat into the water, swim. It's raining, choppy waters, windy, lightning, whatever. Swim to shore, 200 meters, like maybe not 200 meters, 150 meters.
Yeah.
So I go on. I get to the shore, and then the taxi hadn't got there, and I was in this little local village, loads of like Thai locals, and this is an island. This isn't Bangkok.
Yeah.
Like these locals are just like in the middle of nowhere, and they're all looking at me like, "What is this guy doing? He's walking barefoot. Like, what is bro doing? Walking barefoot on the road?
Yeah.
Look, like in this jungle, surrounded by like tall trees." And I was like, "Where is this taxi?" 20 minutes go by. Taxi finally turns up, takes me back to the hostel, and I'm just sitting in the back of this truck with the wind blowing my face, raining, and I'm just looking out. Just like, I haven't got my phone. I'm bare, literally nothing on me. But it was quite a cool feeling. I was like, this is crazy. It was a relief. But yeah, what were we even talking about? About getting drunk. Don't get blackout drunk again, Ben.
What a story! And you're just putting them out there on the side note. That's crazy. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It really feels like a movie sometimes when you explain us stories.
Yeah.
Damn. I even need to read my questions again. So, self-improvement. Big thing in our generation, I think. Most of us are doom scrolling. but we hear a lot about self-improvement. We have Ada Sachi here. I don't know if you know him, but he just ran the full length of Japan. And last year he ran from Berlin until New York completely. Of course, not over the water, but everything else he did run in a certain time frame, of course. And I think it took him 35 days to run from the north side of Japan completely down to the south. And Japan's quite big, yeah. And yeah, he all does it for his new brand, Day One. Yeah, and I think we have more and more idols in the last few years. And self-improvement does play a big role in most lives here in Germany. So what does it mean to you?
You know, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Self-improvement, like, obviously it's about improving yourself. As like, I see it as more about improving your mindset, just becoming as disciplined as you can, and becoming as physically fit as you can and confident, without getting too like red-pilled. Like, do you know what I mean? Red-pilled.
Yeah, I think I know.
You know, where people just become like full-on Andrew Tate.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Like, you have to have that balance in between, like,
self-respect and respect for others.
You got to be masculine. Like Jordan Peterson said, you got to be dangerous.
Yeah.
You have to be capable of being dangerous. But you be the softest person ever. Like, when you're speaking with women, you don't just like be egotistical and just like shouting and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. You got to have that balance between like Andrew Tate, Red Pill, and like you just got to have the balance, you know? Yeah.
But what is your stance on people like that? Like Andrew Tate, we have David Goggins, Jordan Peterson, as you said, Joe Rogan, for instance. You have all of those idols. And in my opinion, every single one needs someone to idolize, but everybody needs someone different. For instance, if you are very, very lazy, you need a David Goggins in your life. A David Goggins that shouts in your brain to really get going. But if you're already a workaholic, completely on top, maybe you need someone like Chris William, who just tells you to, yeah, do it, but keep it on the low a little bit. Or to chill for one day in a month or something like that.
Yeah. I think Chris Will, Andrew Huberman are like the best ones, I think. Because Chris Will is business-minded. He's physically fit. He's in really good shape.
Yeah.
He's very open-minded. He's faithful as well. And Andrew Huberman is also a Christian. He is very into health. He gives you actionable things to do for your like mind, for your body health, for energy levels, productivity. And he's also a businessman himself.
Yeah.
So those two people are just so good, and they're not controversial at all. When it comes to like Andrew Tate, yes, he says some things which you can take away and be like, okay, that's good. Like, men should struggle. Struggle creates tough men and good men.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. And I also think he says a lot of stupid things about women, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be very selective and conscious about what you take in. If you take, like, I probably don't agree with everything Chris Will says or everything Andrew Huberman says.
Yeah, because you're a person of your own.
Yeah, you have your own personal opinion.
Yeah.
And you have to have that, you have to look at people like Goggins. I would say I agree with like 95, maybe even 100% of what he says.
Yeah.
But it's his life. Like, that is an opinion, but he's not saying anything which isn't true. Like, if you're fat, run. Eat less. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
These are the things he says. You just have, like, if you don't like it, that's fine. But it may be true. But thing with like Andrew Tate, and who else did you say? Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is like, I don't think he's very educated himself. Like, I don't think he is that educated. He just gets really educated people on, and he'll ask some curious questions, which is entertaining.
Yeah.
But his own opinions are just like, they're just opinions like ours.
Did you ever see his Instagram?
His reels.
Yeah, no, he has a lot of stuff on there. His Instagram is mainly everything he sees on the news sometimes, and sometimes it's very, very controversial stuff like UFO stuff and aliens.
Okay.
Now they're sighted and all of that. Not saying he's not true or anything. I don't have really an opinion about it, but you know,
I think he talks about things which do matter.
yeah, of course, 100%.
And he does talk about controversial topics. So people are gonna dislike him, some people aren't. But from someone who's like an educational and sort of like a teacher,
Yeah,
I think Andrew Huberman's good and Chris Will good. And Goggins is good as like a motivator.
yeah,
But he's not very intellectually smart. Like
yeah. I
Chris
know
Will-
how you mean it.
like Chris Will would be, or Andrew Huberman. So, you just got to be selective about like who you listen to and what parts of what they say you listen to and you take in.
Yeah, very important, because Andrew Huberman was actually one of the key persons in my first 30-day challenge. I interviewed Jill Maurice. It was the first English interview. He's just a German model, also entrepreneur, business founder, has a lots of athletics medals in Germany for a long time. Just this person that it really seems like it has its all life together. And he told me that cold showers are very, very good. And 3 days later, I'm sitting on the toilet after a run, and I go through my TikToks, you know, trying to sweating out and all that. And then I see Andrew Huberman talking for 6 minutes about cold showers and all of that. And then for 30 days, I did it every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it, actually. So Andrew Huberman didn't have that much connection with him. I didn't see that much content of him, but what I saw until now really affected my life. And yeah, maybe I should watch him more. Okay, so last thing. What role does your mindset play in all of that? You made a gap here. You were lonely. You got a knife pulled on you. All of those crazy stories, they have a toll on your mindset, on your soul. And what are you left with now?
I just feel like, without being arrogant, I just feel like no one can touch me. Like when I'm walking in Munich, I have immense confidence. Like when I go back to my hometown and I see the people who I used to like cycle past on my bike, and be like scared of if they have a knife, or like if they're looking at me, like if they're judging me, I literally could not give two shits. Like if someone looks at me in my gym now, like I will go up to them and say like, "What's up?" Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't have. So like traveling just gives you that confidence, and like I've had a guy literally pull a gun in downtown LA. Like he didn't pull it out 100%, but he showed me it on his hip, and he was like threatening to shoot me. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But like when you get into that immense situation, like that's the worst of the worst. A gun. You have no fear over the people who are like just teenagers wearing their hoods up.
Yeah.
I'll throw you in the river. So it's like
nobody can touch you.
It's that just like perspective.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
The confidence that no one can touch me.
And security is a big thing when you go on a gap year, right? Because you are on your own and you are more, if you get in a dangerous place, you are more conscious about it than locals most of the time. Like yesterday in Munich, I always told you that it's the safest city in Germany without really knowing it. But yeah, man, where do you get your motivation from? Really?
I feel like the main motivation is for my parents, just like trying to make them proud. And my biggest fear in like this life is not being able to raise a family and my parents not be able to see it. Like not being able to raise a family without my parents like being around. Because it God forbid, if my parents pass away before I have kids, or if my parents pass away before I become like financially successful, like immensely, where I can like take them to other countries, show them the world where they didn't get to see, buy my mom a car, buy my mom a house, maybe, like
Yeah.
these things. My biggest fear is not being able to do that.
Fast enough.
Yeah.
That is your...
It's like the incentive to do it fast. So it's a fearful thing. Like, I do get scared sometimes. Like, am I going to be able to do it in time?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, Ben, I appreciate it so much. Nobody came that long of a way for this podcast, man. Thank you so much. Where can people catch up with you or learn more about your story or go with you on your story?
I'm on Instagram at Ben Harding's story. And yeah, like I post everything on Instagram. All my reels, I document my life on there. And yeah, like I flew maybe 3,000 miles for this podcast today to meet someone I've never met in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool experience.
It's completely crazy.
In this university campus.
Yeah, we are not allowed to leak where it is because they're close to my hometown. But yeah, it's a great location, and also thanks to everybody who made this possible.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate the shit out of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.